The heavy cloud. High above the valley of Meadowbell, where the rivers sparkled and the gardens smelled of honey, there floated a small round cloud named Nimbus. Nimbus had one job in the whole wide world, and he loved it. Every few days, he'd gather all the water he could hold, drift over the valley, and let it fall as soft, steady rain. The farmers would look up and smile gratefully. The children would run outside in their boots, and the flowers would open their petals like they were saying thank you. But one afternoon, Nimbus noticed something. The longer he held his rain in, the bigger he got, puffier, darker, and much more impressive. Two little sparrows flew past and said, "Wow, look at the size of that cloud." A passing eagle glanced over and nodded, impressed. And Nimbus thought to himself, "Why haven't I been doing this all along?" So he stopped raining. Days passed, then a week, then two. The river near the edge of Meadowbell began to shrink. The grass turned from green to yellow. The soil cracked open in little lines like a dry old map. In a small house by the river lived two children, Pita, who was 9, and her little brother Kofi, who was 6. Kofi had one prized possession, a sunflower he had grown himself from a single seed. He'd watered it every day with a little red cup, but now the river was so low, their mother said they had to save every drop. One morning, Kofi came to Pita with his eyes full of tears. "It's drooping," he said quietly, pointing to the sunflower. Its big yellow head was hanging low, like it had given up. Pita looked at her brother. Then she looked at the sky. There, sitting fat and heavy and dark above the hills, was the biggest cloud she had ever seen, just sitting there, not doing a single thing. "Come on," she said, taking Kofi's hand. They climbed the long hill at the edge of the valley until the wind was cold and the whole of Meadowbell spread out below them. Pita cupped her hands around her mouth and called out, "Hey, cloud, why won't you rain?" Nimbus drifted a little closer, curious. "Because I'm busy being magnificent," he said proudly, puffing himself up even more. "Look at me, I'm the largest cloud in the sky." Kofi looked up at him with wide, honest eyes. "But our flower is dying," he said simply. Nimbus glanced down, then quickly looked away. "That's not really my problem." Pita was quiet for a moment. Then she asked very softly, "Do you feel full, or do you just feel heavy?" The question made Nimbus go very still. He looked around. The other clouds were far away. They'd been keeping their distance from him for days. He couldn't remember the last time a sparrow had flown through him or a child had pointed at him and laughed with joy. He was big, yes, but he was also cold and grey and very, very alone. He looked down at Meadowbell, the cracked earth, the yellow grass, the little sunflower with its drooping head, and then something shifted inside him. He decided to let his pride and greed go. As soon as he did that, the rain came, slow at first, just a few drops, then more, then all at once a warm and generous downpour that drummed on the leaves and filled the river and ran in little streams down the hill. Pita threw her arms out and turned her face to the sky. Kofi squealed and started jumping in the puddles that were already forming at his feet. And Nimbus? He was smaller now and lighter, but something inside him felt bigger than he had been in weeks. The other clouds drifted back over. A sparrow looped right through him with a cheerful chirp. And below, in the garden, a sunflower slowly lifted its head. That evening, as the valley glittered with raindrops and the smell of wet earth drifted up into the sky, Nimbus made a quiet promise to himself to never hold on to the rain again to fill himself, but always give it away to those who really needed it, not because someone told him to, but because he finally understood the difference between being big and being full. So kids, remember, the things we hold on to too tightly stop being gifts, to others and to ourselves. Giving freely is what makes us feel truly full. If you loved this story, subscribe to Family Time Tales and turn on the bell so you never miss an adventure. Our stories are dreamed up by a parent-child duo, because who knows what kids love better than kids themselves?